All right, it is the 6th of August. We've got about 25 minutes to the NY Open. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the news calendar. What do we have today? Nothing. No news today. No news this week. Tomorrow we have unemployment claims, 8:30 a.m. EST. Not important, but no news this week. Next week is important. CPI, PPI, retail sales, right? So if you aren't getting any trades this week, just hold off on it. Next week should have a lot more volume in the market next week, right? Right. Let's go to the charts. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame. Yeah. So we are. Last week we were bullish. Candle closed bullish because of Friday's move up. This week we've done nothing so far, right? Now keep in mind what I just said. There is no news this week, right? So we could easily have a very small weekly candle, right? So price could just be ranging, and we could have a candle that either closes just above 3367 or below it. Too early to say. It's only a Wednesday. We've got another 2.5 days left for the week, so way too early to kind of know how the weekly candle is going to close. But we can anticipate a low volume weekly candle, right? A low volume weekly candle. This is a non-news week, so if you compare last week, I think it was about almost 1,000 pips the candle. Maybe less than that for sure. Less than that, right? Unless there is some big news on the tariffs. But even if that is the case, I don't think we're going to get a big, 500, 600 pip move. If you look at yesterday's move, we will do that in a second. Let's take a look at the daily. Price is pushing up on the daily. We closed above 33.67 weekly SR level. Both daily candles have closed above it. We are pushing up. We are pushing up on the weekly and the daily. We are pushing up. This might be a pullback to continue higher, right? Now again, no news. We don't know whether there'll be enough volume to take price to 3,400 or not. Okay, let's go to our trading chart. Now, yesterday, if you look at the 30-minute time frame, we had a huge move up and price retraced that move, right? Almost all of it. So it was right from 3350, price tapped 3350 to the pip and pushed up nearly for about 400 pips, and we retraced back 320 pips, right? So this was a move because of the tariffs. Trump made an announcement with regard to imposing 35%, I think, tariff on the EU if they don't come through with their deal. So that is seen as uncertain in the market and push gold prices up. But again, that's just hype. So once the hype dies, price retraces the move, right? So we could see that this week, right? A push up, push down, in a single direction, then it retraces back the move. That's all possible. Okay, so just to recap on yesterday, there was no pullback. This was just a one clean move up. Absolutely no pullback, no opportunity to get in. If you're a pullback trader like me, no chance to get in. There was a sell though, but that sell worked only during the Asian session today. This 30-minute candle, back candle, we touched the liquidity candle, 30-minute back candle close, and that's a tradable 30-minute back candle close. So if you draw the fib, so this candle broke the low. If you draw the fib like this, then that's the pullback, right? Perfect pullback and a trade down. 250 pips already pushed down, right? But that happened in the Asian session today, not yesterday in the NY session. All right, let's get rid of these. I'm going to keep this line 33.63.30. We had it yesterday as well. This is the previous weekly high, right? We need to see if price is going to stay above it or stay below it. Very important. As you can see on the 4-hour, we're ranging. There are no new zones, right? These are zones we drew yesterday, still valid. Prices stayed in between them. It's moved quite a bit, retraced the same amount, stayed in between the zones. Right, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, let's get to work. So yeah, we're ranging on the 4 hours. That is just a range right there. 200 pip in a 200 pip range, we're just bouncing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 44, 46, 46 hours, just going sideways, bouncing up and down in a 200 pip range on the 4 hour. On the 30-minute, it could be even a smaller range. There could be even smaller ranges for sure. But on the 4-hour, there's this 200 pip range. We get to the top, we come to the bottom, we get to the bottom, we go back to the top. Now we go on to the top, we come back to the bottom. Let's see what happens here. All right. Let's start with supply. There's a rally, 4 basin candles, and a drop. Yeah. Let's put the numbers there. There's 048, close 431. That's 4-hour supply. Let's take a look at the zone on the 1-hour. Yeah, it's good on the 1-hour. It's on 30-minute. Yeah, it's okay. Just keep it on the 4. Rally, 4 basin candles and a drop. Leg in, base, leg out. Now, there is supply here because we've crossed a weekly SR level. We need to look at the lower time frame to find the zone. On the 1-hour, there is nothing, but on the 30-minute, I see a zone here, a drop, base, drop. Right, 2 candles basing. That's a leg in, base, leg out. Let's put the numbers on this. High 780, close 456. M30 supply. Okay. Now demand, right? That's all. That's it for supply for the session. These 2 new supply zones. For demand, we have a drop and a rally here. There is demand there. You just have to find the zone. Now the move up was a clean push up, and it was a very quick push up. So there was no room, I think, for a base. Oh, there is a base. Yeah, there is a base here. There is a base that has formed. Perfect. Let's take a look at 30-minute as well. Yeah, that's okay. Have this as a base. 310, and this low is 49.98. Okay, I'm extending these to the right. 4-hour demand, and there is 1-hour demand here. Okay, extend this also to the right. But I don't think price is coming there today. There is little volume this week. Yeah, before it gets there, it has to go past 33, 32. That's a liquidity level. Okay, that's plenty of space down. Yeah, 650 pips. We're not coming there. $90.48. I just don't want it to overlap. 90.78. Okay. It could be pushing down. Let's see. Could push down. Candle structure looks like it's pushing down. Yeah, it could be pushing down below this, further down, then get a pullback. Very possible. Okay, done. Just save this. Okay, next thing. Let's see if these two new zones that we have, in fact, three new zones, we have a 30-minute supply here, a 4-hour supply here, and a 1-hour demand here. Let's look at these three zones and see if they are high liquidity zones. Start with the 1-hour time frame. Here, it doesn't seem like it. Yeah, we've not taken out anything here. This is not a high liquidity zone. Let's look at the one above. Yeah, this is a rally, base-in candles and a rally. Prices come down, push down, taken out this low right here. Rally, two base-in candles and a rally. Okay, let's take a look at this demand zone here. Have we taken out anything to the left? Yes. Drop, base, rally, pushed up, took out this supply here, rally, base, drop. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, next. Let's see if we have a high liquidity candle here because it is a weekly SR level, and then we'll take a look at this area as well for a high liquidity candle. Okay. Let's start with the 1-hour time frame. The 1-hour time frame, this is the largest candle here. This big one here, let's start with that. It starts outside the zone. Go to the 30-minute time frame. Still the same candle. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame. It's 49. It's small now. Let's take a look at the 5-minute time frame. $26, $36. Yeah, I'm going to keep it to the 15-minute time frame here. 010 509. 010 509. Price is below the EMAs. EMAs have crossed, so we could be pushing down. Yeah, could be pushing down. Ah, 33.67. Yeah, this candle. Yeah, look for a sell to come down. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at this area. We've already tapped this. Already tapped 67. Yeah, already tapped it, pushing down. Let's take a look at this area, the 1 hour time frame. It's 137 pips. 26. $99, $88, $15-minute. Yeah, that's the one. 15-minute candle. This one right here. 467668. Okay. Perfect tap, drop down. Done. Liquidity candles on the supply side done. Let's look here. We already have a liquidity candle. We already tapped it here. There is nothing in here. Yeah, there's nothing in here. This is big candle, and then there's this 30-minute candle. We're already inside it. Prices come inside this candle. Let's look at the 15. Yeah, we're already inside it. Yeah, there's no, very likely coming deeper, coming to 3350, back to 3350. Very likely, 150 pip drop. Very, very likely. Okay, right, let's take a look at what price has done in the Asian and London sessions. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. That's the market open right there. Market opened at 33.81 and it opened inside the liquidity candle. It's 3. Very similar structure to yesterday. Yesterday we came up here, very similar area, and we dropped all the way down. Same thing, same area, same time. London session, we came up here and we dropped. We've come up here, we've come back to that area and we're dropping. Hmm. Okay, 538, 64, 318, 906. Right, that's the Asian high, Asian low, London high, London low. So in the first few hours of the Asian session, we've dropped 120 pips, and the first few hours of the London session, we've dropped about 100 pips. Nothing much. Very similar moves. Okay, let's take a closer look at what price has done. We've got about 3 minutes to the NY open. Um, the market opened here inside the liquidity candle. Now, before it opened, we were very bullish. We tapped the liquidity candle, created 30-minute resistance, pushed down, and this just went sideways, right? Completely sideways. We opened, the market opened inside the liquidity candle with this candle. This is the market open move. We pushed up, tapped the liquidity candle once again, created 30-minute resistance right there, and pushed all the way down out of the liquidity candle and to the EMA, right? We created the Asian low, ranged, pushed back to the liquidity candle, ranged that in that area, closed back below, came down, closed back above, tapped the liquidity candle once more, created the London high and 30-minute resistance there, right there, 30-minute resistance, and then closed below the Asian low. Went further down, created the London low, swung back up, tapped the liquidity candle once more. We rejected, came down, we rejected the London high this time, created 30-minute resistance here, while we rejected the London high and pushed down back to the London low, created a liquidity candle and pushed further down. We created a liquidity candle at 33.67 weekly SR level, pushed further down, came back up, tapped the liquidity candle and the weekly SR level, closed below and pushed down, and closed below 33.6330. That is previous weekly high, last week's high, right? Now we're ranging in that area. we're ranging in that area. Let's see. What do we have for today? Yeah, clean space to the bottom. I would bet on sells. Clean space to the left. Below this, we should be pushing down to 33.50. Should be pushing down to 33.50. Let's look at the 30-minute time frame. Let's look for candle confirmations that confirm that bias or that move. We have a 30-minute candle here in the London session that tapped this and closed below. Right, this is the NY open, and this one closed below. Yeah, yeah. I'd like to see. Maybe not. Maybe we're not going to get a pullback. Maybe this is it. Maybe we respect this and come down. Take a sell, 38 pips. Take a sell to come down. Create a 30-minute resistance. Yeah. I'm going to take a sell here. Stop loss about 35 pips. Nothing more than that, just above this. Because this candle rejected. What's this high? 760. This high is 780. Yeah. This one tapped. And this one broke the low. Yeah. I'm taking sells, anticipating price to come down. Yeah. 36. Yeah. This high is 780 and this low is 826. 780. Yeah, we should be coming down here. So 80826. I'm anticipating price to come down here. Then further down here, maybe even here. Gonna wait for that next candle pullback. Yeah, let this candle close. Wait for a pullback to enter a few more positions. Stop loss is here, above this candle. This 30-minute candle right here. It's 30-minute high, 780. Hmm. I've taken sells here. Stop loss about 35 pips. Yeah, about 35 pips stop loss. Anticipating price to push down first here. It's about 110 and then further down into the liquidity candle. See if we can get there. What is this? 53, 54. Yeah. If we push down, then 33.54 TP1, 33.49 TP2. That's about 50 pips apart. In total, it's about 150 pip move down. Let's see if we can come down. Stop loss is about 35 pips. Pushing down. Running about 35 pips. Let's see if we can continue down without a pullback. If we can come here, correct this entire move down. Seven eight zero 826. It should drop here. It should drop here. 50 pip drop. Pulling back now. Coming back up. My risk is just 35 pips. So I'm not going to try to micromanage this. It's only 35 pips. If it was 50, 60 pips, yes, then I'd look for an area to manage risk, but this is just 35 pips. There's no need to manage this further. I mean, you could here. Yeah, right here. 3366, that's an area to manage risk. 3366, right there. 3366. Yeah, 3366. Hmm. Yeah, but I might not. I might not. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to cut my. I don't want to manage risk there. Maybe let's see. But there's a level. If you've taken these trades and you want to manage risk, here's a level to manage it. 3366. Hard stop, 3367 or 3368. Can manage risk at 3366. 20 pips below that. Anticipate price to push to 3354 and then 3349. Okay, that's the trade I've taken. Yesterday there was nothing. No trade. We just had a clean push up and nothing happened after that. End of the stream. It's a big push up. No way to get in. No pullback. Nothing. No way to getting on that trade. What's this? 629. We didn't break this low. We're pushing up and we didn't break this low. It'd been better if we broke this low and then pull back. Didn't break the low. So we're coming up, coming up. Back to 33.67. Yeah, we're coming up to 33.67. Let's see. If you had broken this low, I would have been better, but we didn't. We're respecting the low. We're pushing back up to 33.67. That's okay. I've just got a very, about 35, 36 pips. We dropped about 40 pips and then we pulled back up. Hmm. 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 15. Yeah, we're pushing back up. Let's see. If you break this, I might close a couple of positions. About 18, 19 pip stop loss on that. That's okay. Price should have broken this low for it to head further down. It didn't. This one here. A minute more for the candle to close, 30-minute candle to close. We're still ranging here above or below this 33.6330 level, the weekly level. Close below, close back above, staying above. Let's see if we continue. Or if the next candle or the one after that, the 15-minute candle after this, not the next one that opens, but the one after that, if it closes bearish, then we could be heading down. This candle is closing bearish, but weak bearish volume. Nothing happening so far. Just nothing. Sideways. We moved only about 270 pips. We're averaging about 540. I would say 400. That was because Friday's move. Averaging about 400 pips a day. Hmm. Closed bullish. We're heading further up. Heading back to 33.67. $49. I want price to break this low. So break this low. What's this low? 60.10. If you break this low, then we might have a pullback and we're coming down. Can enter, add a few more positions. Need to break the low. Pushing down again. See if you can break this low. Pushing down still. Very slow. Very slow. There's no news today. Very little volume. We're trying to um, correct this move up, yesterday's move. This move, we're trying to correct it. This was just hype. This move was caused because of something that Trump said about the EU that has not yet happened. It's just uh, created some volatility in the market, and we're retracing that entire move back down. If you break this low, might get a pullback. Could see if to try to enter again. Yeah, if you break the low, then would have created a new swing high here. Stop loss can be brought here and look to take a trade for price to come down. This is a reaction to the liquidity candle and 33.67. Yeah. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Just waiting for price to push down. Break this low first, 33.60.10. So this not 2 minutes more, 2.5 minutes more for the candle to close. Yeah, there's no volume. 40 pip candles all around, roughly averaging about 40. This one is even lower, 17 pips. It's no volume. Yesterday, unlike yesterday, we had volume, big candles, 90 pip, 85, 90 pips. Yeah, trying to push back up. See how far we go. Doji, nothing. 15-minute, nothing. Rejection, maybe we're going to break the high and push higher. Very possible. I'm going to manage risk here. There's nothing happening. There is no volume. 17 pips. Okay, I'm going to be here for maybe another 5 minutes and then end the stream. There's nothing happening. Again, remember it's a non-news week. Not anticipating any major moves. This move was just a purely news-related move, and that's why we recorrected it very quickly within the day. It's like having a gap up. Immediately, price came down and recorrected most of the move, and we're struggling now here. struggling. There's nothing happening. Just hovering around the entry. The last 30 minutes, more than 30 minutes, 45 minutes we've been at this same entry. Push down, push back up, push down, push back up at this entry. There's just no volume at all today, right now. No volume. Maybe later on there'll be volume, but right now there's nothing. We're trying to push back up. We've broken the high. Yeah, we've broken the high, trying to push back up. Heading to 33.67. Yeah, it's taken these cells, but about 40 minutes ago, I think, nothing's happened. Price is still exactly at the entry, exactly where I took the cells. We haven't moved. We moved down, we came back up, we moved back down again, we came back up. It's just no volume. We had some volume in the London session. Price pushed down. First about 100 pips and then continued in total 200 pips. We had some volume in the London session, but NY session so far nothing. Nothing. I think I'm going to close these trades. It's just no volume. I'll close it, break even. There is, let's see what happens. Coming back to 3367. I'm going to close these. I'm going to close it. There's no volume. Maybe price pushes up. All right. Sells from maybe up here. Let's see if we come up here. Buys further down here. In the middle, nothing. There's nothing. We're ranging here. We're coming back to 33.67. All right. Okay. See you guys tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. EST. There we go. Tap 33.67. That was a good close. Good close. Maybe lost about 16, 17 pips on it. That's it. All right. See you guys tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. EST. I'll be looking for sells from up here and buys, if at all, buys down here. But I think sells are more likely to work from up here, buys from further down here. All right. Take care. See you guys tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. EST.